Rockets trail by 9. Beverly and Harden man the back. Motiejunas up there with Trevor Ariza. And it's Dorsey in the center position. That's the 5 for Houston right now. James Harden Clark, voted by a majority of NBA GMs last season as the #1 shooting guard in the entire league.
Really hard to argue that, Kevin. I mean, he's an elite scorer, second in the league in free throw attempts per game last season, and he's also a really, really good passer, able to make his teammates better because he draws so much attention, and he's a crafty and willing passer.
That's his first personal foul.
Outside Irving. Kicks it to Mozgov. For 3, Smith. Motiejunas grabs the miss. Motiejunas has got 5 rebounds tonight.
And Harden hand in glove with the Rockets' offensive philosophy. 80% of his shot attempts come from either beyond the arc or in the paint. That combination of shooting with slashing ability, a real key to his effectiveness.
The basket counts and 1. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a 3-point play.
3 consecutive baskets have come right at the rim. The defense had better start buckling down and tightening up.
Yeah, they're getting exposed right now.
Here's a look at the teams that have been dominant offensively over the course of the past month. 5th best, the Rockets.
I just love the flow with which they've played recently. I mean, this is a dominant team offensively because of that rhythm and pace.
And James Harden among the league leaders in scoring and scoring efficiency for 2 seasons running. Even bad shots for most players are average ones for him with his great skill level. And the other thing that makes him such a potent scorer, he gets to that foul line to the tune of about 10 times a game.
Mozgov kicks to James. He dishes it to Love. Offensive rebound. No one near Smith as he lets it go. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Ariza passes it to Beverly. And it's off from 3-point range. Irving attacking. And there's a whistle. That's going to go on James Harden. That is his first foul of the game. Corey Brewer's checked in for Houston. On a switch here also for Cleveland. Thompson's checked in. Gets trailed by 9. And Brewer gets to Ariza. They get a hand on it. And stolen by Love. Now Cleveland moving it up. Irving's got the ball.
Agility leads to thievery there as he's got his hand in there to get the steal. Intelligent play to immediately start the break.
Plays like that are telling the story of this game for me so far, Clark. They cannot afford to hand over any more easy points like that.
Now here's James. Outside Irving. It's Thompson off the drive. Joey Dorsey with the rebound. Houston's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. And stolen by Irving. And finished off by LeBron.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at either end, steals, fast break buckets, and the other team scrambling to find its game.
Yeah, they've done a great job causing havoc and then taking advantage in transition offensively. Oh, my goodness. What a huge play.
Tell you what, he's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Absolutely insane with that dunk.
Well, now they're starting to rub it in, aren't they? Have to build up a lead, and here we go, folks. It's showtime.
And why not? I mean, the more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys on the ropes.
Smith checked in for Houston. Terry comes in for Patrick Beverly. Shumpert is checked in for the Cavaliers.
It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that board.
Very steady work they've been doing on the interior, no question, and that's, I think, the main reason they have this lead.
Kicks it out to Love. Irving from long range.
And he continues to search for his rhythm. It's eluded him to this point.
The 3 from LeBron. Irving drives in. That's in there. Love with the assist. And it's 7 points for Kyrie Irving.
Really not hard to see why they're giving up points on this run. I mean, they've just given them too many looks inside.
Yeah, I mean, they're just getting pounded in there. The defense not offering much resistance. They've got to force the ball back out to the perimeter.
It's tipped and stolen by Ariza. Got a piece of it. And stolen by LeBron. Ahead. And Shumpert slams it in.
That's exactly what you want coming off a steal. Get into transition, find an easy basket.
Yes, sir. The ideal fast break opportunity there.
Rockets trail by 19. It's Terry outside. Shot's good. Terry's got himself on the board with 3 there.
A little bit of a defensive breakdown there. He's not the guy you want to leave open on the perimeter. You've got to stay attached to him.
Love kicks to James. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Brewer's shot is off. And the Cavaliers with possession. They're on a 15-6 run. Irving against Ariza. With 1 on the clock. And here at the end of the 3rd quarter, it's a... The Cavaliers leading by 16. And Cleveland looking at who they've got to start the 4th quarter. You've got James Jones. LeBron James is out there with Kevin Love. Then there's Harris. And it's Irving in at the point.
Shaky defense down low again. It's been a mismatch in the paint.
I'm sure they didn't go into this one expecting to get battered like they have inside.
Well, an 8-rebound advantage like the one they have now is always going to swing the score hard in that team's direction.
And that's certainly been the case today. Their rebounding has made a huge difference.
Shoots. And it's Beverly missing.
He slipped into quite a funk here, Clark.
I think that's a good word to describe it. I mean, the basket is looking awfully small to him at the moment.
Harris.
Well, as they continue to dominate, you wonder just how much higher this lead might get.
I think it really could get out of hand, and you can credit their defense just as much as their offense for that. He's really lacking in confidence out there. 0 field goals made so far in this game.
Houston's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the 4th quarter. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
That's his first personal foul.
James Harden with those rush hour handles. Whether it's breaking his man down in isolation or running the pick and roll, he keeps that thing on the string.
Houston making a switch here. Dorsey's checked in. And Cleveland also making a change. J.R. Smith's checked in for Harris. Irving drives in. LeBron outside. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. And Harden, a left-hander. Defenders tend to have more trouble, it seems, guys, with softballs.
Well, and especially with Harden because of how crafty he is. He's got that Manu Ginobili Euro move, the change of speed, change of direction, and then the strength. I mean, that's what separates him. He draws contact and seems to just go right through players.
And the Rockets making a change here. Ariza's checked in.
The easiest way to do it sometimes is with the bounce pass.
The drive by LeBron. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
He's been so reliable again today, Kevin. They need his points, and he's providing them.
Takes the 13-footer. Harden, that's good. Harden's got 9 points now in just the second half.
Not enough defense there to throw him off his shot. Sometimes it takes more than one defender on him down low.
When he's wide open like that, he'll rarely miss those.
Beverly dishes to Ariza. Ariza with another miss.
That's excellent defense right there on the perimeter.
LeBron kicks to Irving. And the three off target. Rockets trail by 20. And Harden wide open. He shoots. Will not go. This is off the front iron.
You know, he just hasn't looked right to me. A bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics, at least as I look at it.
Clearly, he's shaken off that cold shooting performance of the first half.
Timeout called the Rockets.
Well, Kevin Durant, last season's MVP, but LeBron James has won 4 in the last 6 seasons. He's one of only 5 players to ever win that many, and you can bet he'd love to win a few more.
Monty Eunice is checked in for Josh Smith. And then for Cleveland, Sean Marion is checked in for Love. Smith comes in for Jones. And it's Iman Shumpert in for Miller.
Flying high and throwing down the hard one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
And he does it as well as anyone. Tremendous skill in the air.
Another miss by Houston.
He's still looking for his first three-pointer of the second half after making just one in the first.
And that'll be Cleveland as it goes out of bounds. Cavaliers retain possession. And you remember LeBron James came within one vote of being the league's first ever unanimous MVP back in 2013.
Yeah, he got 120 out of 121 votes. And you know the question was, who did not vote for him? That's a conversation for another time. One sports writer did choose Carmelo Anthony. He said he didn't expect to be the only one. Now he lives in infamy.
The writer does.
That's exactly right. Good.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Cavaliers.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, Stephen Clark. An all-around dominant performance. Clark, and you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
I certainly did, and they just cracked it open and made it an NC. No contest.
Yeah, I like that. And now, on the year, this will take them to 28 wins.
And this result will get them square in this season series at 1 game apiece. So important for them to get back a little momentum against an opponent who took them to task previously.
Yeah, going down 2-0 would have made their third and final meeting of the season very difficult to win. But now they'll go into it really liking their chances.
Beyond the actual result of this game, I think fans are going to look back and see this was just a monstrous performance.
Watch out now.
Boy, they're extending their lead. It kind of feels like they're just piling on here as we come to an end.
Well, hey, let's just call it what it is. They are trying to run it up on them.
Well, it's the edge they've had in that area on the glass that's played a big role in this game.
Yeah, they've got some strong guys, Steve. Guys that are strong and well put together, and they've used that strength to their advantage down low.
That's just a flat frustration foul right there.
Boy, down like they are, he just took it out on his opponent. I mean, you've got to keep your composure. I don't think that was one of his best moments.
And it's Terry off the drive. Here's Dorsey. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
And he was one step ahead of the defense when he fired that pass for the assist.
Outside Irving. Out to Marion. Smith for 3. And he gets it to go.
This is going to be a great game for them. No win on the road comes easy in the NBA. Nice performance.
Any player loves sending his own fans home happy. He loves even more sending opposing fans home miserable.
It's interesting. They're like a different team now. Suddenly, they've got energy.
You know, it's not going to change anything, though, other than to make their losing margin a little more respectable.
James. LeBron James makes it off the glass.
Well, that puts the nail in the coffin.
A clinic in terms of how to play with the lead right there.
Cannon can't hit. So we see the Cavaliers taking the win here. Some days, Clark, everything goes right for a team, and they just had one of those games.